Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Motown Mex channel. I'm your host, as always, the Mexanadian, and this is my official defensive point projections for the Detroit Red Wings. As always, I actually planned on having this done yesterday, but I'm moving right now, so I was only able to get the forwards done before I had to start moving more stuff, and then I just kind of ran out of time. So I'm doing this now. I'm gonna record it, edit it, post it as soon as I'm done with this, so that way this is out before the Red Wings season starts tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So we're going to get right into it, and it's going to start off right away with a very bold prediction. I have, with the most defense points on the team this season, Axel Sandin Pellikka. Yes, I have the Red Wings rookie leading the defense in points with 55. And I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility, honestly. He's going to get power play time. Because Gustafsson, obviously, he's not on the roster right now. So he's almost guaranteed to get power play time. He spent a lot of time on the power play and even the penalty kill from quite a bit during the preseason. Now that's likely just McLellan testing how he is at both ends of the ice. But he's likely going to get power play time, whether that's in a 3 forward, 2 defense power play system with Seider, or if he's just going to completely run the second power play. That's yet to be seen, obviously. We'll probably see it tomorrow. But, hell, he could be running the first power play unit. We don't know yet. But I do believe he's going to get plenty of power play time, and his 5-on-5 is still just superb. We've seen that in preseason. And I just expect him to have a Mo Seider-esque rookie season points-wise. He's not going to be very physical, but he's going to play hard. He's going to play tough, and I do believe he has the most offensive talent out of all of the defensemen on the team right now. So I do believe that's going to constitute him having more points than everybody, and he's, like I said, I just think it's going to happen, and he's going to be in the Calder race as long as he can hang. So after Sandin Pellikka, I've got Mo Seider. That one's pretty obvious. I've got Seider at 50 points. I believe that under a full season of McLellan, with Edvinsson and Johansson seemingly breaking out, plus the addition of Bernard Docker and Travis Hamonic, even though one of those two aren't going to get a lot of playing time, that's a deeper defensive core. So, I mean, obviously, Bernard Docker and Travis Hamonic, they're not going to be guys that you want to throw out in the tough situations. Like, if you're protecting a 1-goal lead, you're still going to throw out Mo Seider. You're still going to throw out Edvinsson. You're still going to throw out Johansson or Sherratt. You're not going to go, like, Bernard Docker and Hamonic aren't going to be your first picks for that style. You're going to throw out Seider, but still, it's a deeper lineup. You can take some of the pressure off of Mo with Edvinsson and Johansson, who will likely be on a pairing together again. And it'll just be an easier season. He's still going to get tough minutes, obviously. He is Mo Seider. He's your number 1 defenseman, and he is your best defenseman on the team. But with, like I said, Edvinsson, Johansson, even if Sherratt looked fine during the preseason, and with the rest of the D-core being deeper than what it was, he's going to get easier matchups. He's still going to get his power play time. He's going to be able to use his creativity more than what Lalonde let him do. So I think he's going to hit that 50-point mark again, and maybe even more. We don't know yet. Next, I've got Edvinsson at 45 points. He had 31 last season. Oh, by the way, Mo had 46 last season, so 46-50, not a massive jump. But I've got Edvinsson. He had 31 points last year in his first full season with the Red Wings. He's in a contract year. I don't think he's going to hit 50 points, although it's very possible. He had 31 points last season. I have him at 45 points now, which I don't believe is a massive jump to make for him. He's got the offensive talent. He's got the defensive talent to make sure his plus minus stays the highest in the lineup, because he had a plus 12, I believe, last season, which led the Red Wings. So I believe he's going to also get some power play time, whether that is with Sandin Pellikka or Seider in a 3 forwards, 2 defenseman situation. We don't know yet, but I believe he's going to get some power play time. And his 5-on-5 offense is also very good. Most of his points were 5v5 last season, I believe. So I think he's going to have a fantastic year. He's probably going to be with Johansson. He's either going to be with Johansson or Axel Sandin Pellikka, and either way, that's going to constitute him getting a lot more points, especially if he's with Sandin Pellikka. So Yeah, I've got Edvinsson at 45 points. And then next I've got Albert Johansson at 20 points. He had 9 points last season. He only played, I think, like 50 games because Lalonde kept benching him. But he showed a lot of flashes of offense that I don't think anybody really knew he had entirely. Like, we've seen flashes of it last season, when he basically deked Samsonov out of his fucking pads against when they were against Vegas, and he's shown flashes of his offensive prowess. He knows when to pinch in and how to, he's got I won't say above average, he's got a good enough shot to put the puck in the back of the net. But this preseason, we really seen his offensive talent in game grow. He made Bedard look like a child. He's just growing a lot more offensively than I think anybody expected him to, because a lot of people expected him just to be this steady defensive-minded, 4-5-6 D-man, but he's looking to be a legitimate second-pairing D-man with enough offensive prowess that he's not just a defensive black hole. So I have him at 20 points. He could be higher, could be lower, depends on the matchups they give him. But Johansson's another person where you could see potentially getting top pair reps with Seider. And I have him on the top pairs with Seider in my projections. Obviously, that's unlikely to happen, but there is a possibility he goes up there, depending on injury or how, Axel Sandin Pellikka or Jacob Bernard Docker, stuff like that, how they pan out during the regular season. There's always the chance he moves up or he just slides over to the left side of the second pair. Either way, I don't think he's going to be on the bottom pair this season, or if he is, it's not going to be very often. Next, I've got Ben Chiarot with 15 points. Not much to say there. He had 13 points last season, and I don't think he's going to get much of a jump. Maybe if he has a really good season, then he can... sorry, my phone went off. I forgot to put it on vibrate. I'm unprofessional. Maybe if he has a really good season like he did in 23-24, then maybe he can hit that 20-25 point mark potentially. I just don't see it happening. Unless they move him down to the third pair, because he's not going to be on the second pair, and he's either going to be on the first or the third pair. They're not going to put him on the second pair with a Johansson or a Bernard Docker or an Axel Sandin Pellikka, because the only out of those three, you can really only put him on there with maybe Albert Johansson. But his shot style is very crash, bang, and go at all times, no matter what the risk is. And that's not very conducive to the style of Axel Sandin Pellikka. Maybe Bernard Docker. Johansson probably be better, but Johansson's a left-handed D-man who I believe he said prefers to play the right, but at the same time, you would prefer him to play his normal hand. So I don't believe Chiarot's going to blast the doors down. I don't believe he's going to all of a sudden become a Norris caliber defenseman, but I do think that he's got enough offensive talent in him that he's going to get at least 15 points, which is right around what he normally gets in the first place. Next, I've got Bernard Docker at 10 points. He had 4 last season between the Senators and the Sabres. He could get more than 10 points, and it's probably likely he gets more than 10 points, but it also depends how much play time he gets, because he's probably going to be rotating in and out with Hamonic, and it all just depends on how much time, how many games he plays, how often he's in the lineup, and where in the lineup he plays and what situations they play him in. So he's another person who could potentially break 20 points if everything goes right for him, because that potential is still there, and you can see small flashes of it, but I don't believe he's going to get enough reps. He's not going to get any power play time, and he's just not going to get the same looks that the upper part of the lineup's going to get. So I don't believe he's going to hit that mark, but there's always the possibility. And then finally, I got Travis Hamonic. It's Travis Hamonic. I have him at 5 points. He had 7 last season, but he's not going to see nearly as much playing time as he did last season, and also he's likely going to be on the bottom pair anytime he's in the lineup. He could potentially go up to the second pair depending on how his play is, but I don't believe he's going to. I don't believe he's going to get much like Bernard Docker. I don't think he's going to get enough playing time or games in that he's going to be able to find a groove that allows him to, string together points. So that's all I've got to say about Hamonic. He's there. But that's all the defensemen the Red Wings have. Technically, Gustafsson isn't on the roster, but he was waived, but he's not on the roster, so I'm not going to do a prediction for him because it's unlikely that he is going to be on the opening night roster since he cleared waivers. So he's probably going to get assigned to GR eventually. He's got, I believe it's 10 games or 30 days before he has to clear waivers again. So they're obviously keeping Gustafsson with the team just in case, Sandin Pellikka or Bernard Docker or Travis Hamonic doesn't work out. And they've got time to just assign him to Grand Rapids if they want to without him having to clear waivers again. So, but that's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about in the comments. Let me know what your point predictions are for some of these guys and how you think their seasons are going to go. And if, I'm overestimating or underestimating some guys. So I probably am, but this is what I feel. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is, as always, the Mexinadian, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.